Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Sunless Sea. So, when we left off, we had kind of just completed a voyage, so we've got some business to take care of in London before we do anything else. We're going to start by... let's see, where should we start? I think we're going to start by turning in our port reports. So, in order to do that, we currently have too many Admiralty's favors. So we have to go to the dry dock. Exchange one there. That leaves us with 5. And then put our ship in the Admiralty yards. That brings us down to 2. Actually, how's my hold looking? I saw, yeah, I have tons of cargo space. Alright, so let's go to the survey office and turn in the port reports. So this is going to give me a ton more favors back, but that's okay. 40 Echo. Pirate monks? I honestly have no idea what we're supposed to do about pirate monks. What are they up to? Okay, vendor bite. Avid Horizon. The King with 100 hearts. What a useful fellow. Without his exports, I'd be delivering my own coal. Yeah. Cheap labor. Always a market for it. What are those accursed monkeys up to? These days, you didn't bring anything back, but did you? Alright, what are they going to give me for that? Such a ghastly place. You know, there was somebody here asking about it only recently. Delightful lady, as I recall. Most delightful. Yes, I shall take the liberty of forwarding her your address. Something new awaits your lodgings. 300 Echo. Okay. Is it as beautiful as they say? I doubt it. Poets are notorious liars. But liars make bad poets. A paradox, isn't it? Never mind. Codex. Wisdom. Oh god, what tense is it written in? Oh god, look, just read it to my colleague here. He'll give you your fee. I'll be over there when you're done. That's hilarious. Only 20 Echo. Oh, and I can get, because I didn't have a, I finally completed my quest. I can still get a new one. The Chapel of Lights. Okay. Alright, well, we might do that. Alright, let's deliver the clay men. Marked for London. One by one they rise, uncomplainingly, with no trace of stiffness or discomfort from the long voyage. The deck resounds beneath their heavy tread. A shroom yard manager waits on dock, tapping her foot. About time, she says. Here's your payment. Come along now, you. There's a good construct. Okay. 100 Echo. New recruit. I'm currently over my crew requirement by 2. So should I make it an even 3? Alright, I'll give you one. I'll take one more. I can't do that. An invitation to Benthic College. Okay, let's take a look. Your travels have caught someone's attention. Benthic College is pleased to invite you to an exclusive and educational evening with Lady Agatha Treadgold, delightful adventuress, and raconteuse of thrilling true tales of feist and spunk. On the back is a scribbled note. Come speak to me afterwards, darling. Opportunity beckons. Sure. Benthic is the most open-minded of the London colleges. You find yourself waiting for the lecture in a queue of students, devils, and bohemians, observed with some scorn by passers-by in Somerset colours. Her feet have trodden lands most underneath have never even heard of. Her eyes have seen every opportunity for fame and glory while there. An evening with the delightful adventuress. Whoever she is, she knows how to pack a hall. Not a seat is empty as she takes the stage. The fine cuisine of Shelenate, the darling of clay men, all but a prelude, my dears. Her stories tend towards the fanciful and conveniently improvable, but the delightful adventuress has the credulous audience spellbound for hours. Many of her tales of monsters and lost cities have a common theme. She visited them ahead of a certain Lady Leonora Fortescue, the quite adorable daring archaeologist with whom she sparked a bracing rivalry back at finishing school. The rest are tales, bitter as the sourest grapes, of being cheated of triumphs by the very same Fortescue whose fanciful fictions are fit only for the penny dreadfuls. By the end, her stories are notably more bitter than boastful. She still receives a standing ovation. The delightful adventuress masked clay man Barnabas escorts you to the principal of Benthic's study, where she sits sipping brandy by the fire. Ah, my dear Capitano, firelight glints in her eyes as she raises the glass. I hear you are recently returned from the empire of... Oh, monkeys? Hands, yes, of course. It is a rare bead that can make such a voyage. Foolhardy, too, perhaps. She sips her brandy. I wish to charter your no doubt fine vessel to that primitive little island chain. There I shall find what I need to show up that infernal Leonora Fortescue once and for all. And you, the delightful adventurer squints, sizing you up. Sufficient compensation will not be a difficulty. A most mutually beneficial arrangement, you will agree. Her feet yes, of course I'm going to accept. Splendid, the delightful adventuress drains her glass dry. Then we shall see you upon the morrow for the voyage. Barnabas, pack my valet. Adventure awaits. Did she go into the hold? Or into the officers? She didn't go in there, so she must have gone in here. Oh yes, there she is. Delightful adventure. The Neath's greatest explorer, in her own mind at least. Take her and her bodyguards to the Empire of Hands. Okay. Now you wanted 7 parabola linen, and I only have 4, so I have to go here and buy 3. And then can turn this in for 700. Let's see. Something difficult. You might need to destroy a Lorn fluke or find someone who already has. There's 1,000 echoes in it for you. 1,000. 1,000 exactly. 1,000 is the 1,000. Okay. Or 7 lamentable relics. Maybe I'll take my shot at trying to kill a Lorn fluke. Okay. Alright. Do we have anything for the Alarming Scholar? A Wakeful, but I could get rid of this here. I don't think I will, though. Never know when I might need one. Okay. So did I already visit my family? Maybe I did. Did I have a captivating treasures or 10 outlandish artifacts? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, so I might as well try this again. Oh, I need a firkin of prisoner's honey. Well, that's no problem. I don't have a great chance of success, but I gained 5 terror and I failed. I still have, let's see, 11 terror. Let's try again. How many? No, I don't think I'm going to buff up my mirrors, regardless. So we'll just give it another shot. Oh, we can sell the spider silk. We can sell this. I know where to go to get more. And we'll buy some more prisoner's honey and try this again. Okay. We lost one terror. But we still failed. I have plenty of echoes. Nope. Keep trying. Nope. Keep trying. You'd think I know where it was by now. Okay. Nope. Keep trying. Here we go. A road of roses. Prisoner's honey transports the dreamer's body as well as mind. You walk beside the magician along a path lined with watchful black roses. The roses built this way, he says. Another of Parabola's servant peoples. It pleases me to use it against the kings of that place. Look up, look, the light up ahead. When we wake, we'll know the way to the quarter. The genial magician's plan. What is it exactly? Obtain a skull from the forgetful archaeologist. What? Who? Take one. One secret and it's yours, isn't it? No one visits the forgotten quarter of fallen London anymore. No one remembers why, except archaeologists, treasure hunters, and magicians who've lost their hands to imaginary serpents. The world is thin there, the magician once told you. It's closer to the place behind mirrors, to Parabola. Let's do this first. A prison for serpents. My enemy, he explains, roams the mirror marches at the edge of the parabola. He taps the wooden statue. I have baited this image with the sense of life. My enemy will enter and be ensnared, and then we can put his power to use, you and I. He frowns. There's a possibility it will enter me instead. Quite a real possibility. Should that occur, I trust you will murder my stolen body and fling it into the sea. Give him what he needs to complete his plan. Where I go alone, but I must ask your help. I know you have already been a good friend to me, but this will be the last thing I ever ask of you. Well, perhaps not quite the last thing. If something else comes back wearing my body, you will see me drowned. Yes? Please. Which will damage your primary abilities. Don't purchase it unless you're sure you want it. Okay, I'm not sure that I want it, so... You give him 3 secrets and 1 Scintillak. Alright, do it. A smiling return. He is gone, he told you, for 11 hours exactly. You wait in the old caravanserai at the quarter's edge. Blue lights flicker in the mist. An unlikely wind stirs your hair. And here he is, emerging from the mist, marching with a spring in his step. He's humming an air you haven't heard before, something from the music halls, perhaps. He grins and pumps your hand. Thank you for delivering my enemy into my hands. I have a new kind of freedom now. I think I would like to go to Z again. To Z. Again, I mean. To return to Z. What happened to with the serpent inches? He waves the question away. I have found something much better. Sounds ominous. Welcome the urbane magician before. Murder the urbane magician. Consume the urbane magician. Alright, let's welcome him aboard and see what happens. Oh yes, he purrs. This will do. This will do very nicely. Very nicely indeed. Okay. So, he's a chief engineer. Mirrors +5, veils +8, mirrors +5, pages +3, hearts -2. Mentioned before that he was in the theater. Could he arrange a diversion to improve morale? Oh, yeah, okay. Here's my veils. Do I have any more use for this? Sure. No use to me. They're not royalty. Perhaps why he's in such a tarry hurry to leave the room. But perhaps you properly disturbed his composure. Well, there doesn't seem to be any more to that storyline at the moment. Okay. Am I done in London? I think so. I still have 4 Foxfire candles, but I don't think I'll sell them. Let's go buy... go buy some supplies, and then let's see, we still have lots of cargo space. And then let's head down to the Iron Republic and turn in that meteorite and the Judgment's egg. And after that I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Oh, can I speak to you now? Oh, I can. Oh, she costs... And ask her, you'll need to tempt her with the very finest gossip of the Z. Or I cannot. I'm really going to... It's a searing enigma either way. Alright, I'll do it. Eyes unconcealed. She removes her glasses, folds them neatly, and places them on the table, then meets your eyes. Her own eyes are marvelously bright. The irises are amber, the whites seem to be flecked with gold. Yes, she says, I've been touched by the dawn machine. I believe you already knew that, or you wouldn't have asked me to remove my spectacles. I might be wrong. In either case, nothing has changed now that you know. We will still be wary of each other. She taps her thumb against her index finger. I am always the same, do you see? I do not change. I proceed on the same path I always have. I am only one choice, and I will be content only when I have no choice at all. Now, let's eat and talk. You promised me something special, and I will give you what little I can in return. So she gave me a mirrors. She has a let's see. Protest. The journey is the destination. Each choice you make in the future will depend on this one. The ship goes where the captain sails, and where the captain chooses to sail depends on where you've been. Except where she said... Except what she says. She's right. If nothing has changed in response to your choice, then your choice was that of a pawn that chooses to move forward. Throw her out of your cabin. For God's sake, all you wanted was a meal and chat, and she's doing philosophy for you. Nothing has changed in response to your choice, then your choice was that of a pawn that chooses to move forward. Or, each choice you make in the future will depend on this one. The ship goes where the captain sails. When the captain chooses to sail, depends on where you've been. I protest. Perhaps, she said, perhaps our choices determine our heading, but at last, when the lamps go dark, there is only one direction. One day we'll go there together. She won't be drawn further. She picks up her knife and fork. Between mouthfuls, she tells you something of the starved men and their wars on the roof, the arts of flesh-shaping that they practice and debated. I enjoyed this, she adds at the end of the meal. We should do it again when you're ready to talk about salt. I made a choice. I gained a secret and an extraordinary implication. I need salt attention. Hi, to your cabin for dinner. We need to discuss a certain direction, she informs you. I can get that up at the house if I perform Salt's rites up in Wither. I don't quite remember what I need for Salt's rites. Might as well save myself the supplies. So, am I going to go up there? Probably not on this voyage. He'll probably swing south on this voyage, maybe go back along the southern coast and advance some of those other storylines. I do have I have a recent news to get into that other colony. I should go back to that, what's it called? The Isle of Cats. You know, I still haven't made this trip to the surface. I do have a ton of fuel and supplies. Maybe I'll try it. Uh, 22 fuel and I have 28. Yeah, I'll still have enough left to get back to London. Yearning, burning, no more than 199. Let's try it. The coils of the earth. The engineers of the canal took advantage of existing caves and passages where they could. In ancient times, this was a passage to the underworld, they say, but still, the labor must have been staggering. The story goes that the masters of the bazaar lent their arts and allies to the task, but the surface nations play down the fact. Certainly, some of the tunnels look blasted or tunneled. Others look dissolved? Stone pigs, as Stoker whispered. Stone pigs. I lost 1 supplies. Okay. The light is pretty. You moved to a new area. I lost 19 terror and 10 fuel. Avernus. The canal emerges in a little lake called Avernus. A warm breeze ruffles blue waters. You and your crew shelter like vampires from the light, with awnings, curtains, broad-brimmed hats, poplars, birdsong, the warts of the Campanian sun. I can fill or I can go to Naples, or I can return below, so I have to save some fuel to return below. Very fast stretch of the canal runs overland to the bay by Bicoli, and it's an easy run down the Tyrrhenian coast into Naples. Sure. Farms and fantasies. In the vast stretch of the surface, without familiar echoes, your engine sounds strange and quiet. Your crew watches the white-veiled farmhouses slip by. I could live there, one muses. Over there, grow olives or something, raise a family. Oh, come over a bit funny. I'm just going to sit down a moment. He collapses to the deck, his eyes roll back in his head, and a last long sighing breath goes out of him. Okay. Interesting. So, Parabolan crumbles in sunlight. The mushroom wines of the Neath are not kindly received in the wine shops of Italy and France. Prisoner's honey loses all its virtue, but in coffee houses of Vienna, dark drop coffee is the new sensation. It's not so very far by train. You could travel by night. Sure. The rattle of the rails. Rome, Florence, Venice. The sleeping countryside curls around you under the night sky, so like and so unlike the Neath. At Udine, things go wrong, and you cut through Slovenia. Vienna, the station alive with soot and shouting. Station officials with their witness and their official brass buttons. So I could establish a business relationship. Strike a blow for freedom, will you? A fidgety agitator beseeches you to take supplies below to London for the cause of the revolution. Report the fidgeting agitator to the authorities. His ideas and little more blurringly bright. Besides, you might turn a profit by informing on him. Sure, I've already wrecked London once. Why don't we do it again? Sisters brothers below are performing experiments in light for, you know, the liberation. The agitator clasps your shoulder. These are hard to find in the Neath. So hard, you'll be advancing our cause by months. Please, for freedom from all tyrants. And I have one, supplies for the work. Coffee is deteriorating quality. Offer a sample to the melancholic proprietor. Don't have one, unfortunately. Let's go back to Naples. I'm going to lose too many more crews. More crew. Sure. I was going to use this for something else, but it seems like it might be worth... Silent Empress in a shuttered palace, robed merchant princes in a spired bazaar, serpents hiding in mirrors. No one believes a word, but you get a lot of dinner invitations and a number of gifts. Your stories are serialized in the worst kind of magazine. A well-wisher sends you coal. Alright, I gain 2 supplies and 2 fuel. Sure. Oh, wait. The airship is designed for the calmer, deadlier waters of the Untersee, but she's seaworthy, just about. If you're lucky, you might turn a profit. I don't need to do that, I don't think. Should I spend time ashore? I still have a couple of spare crewmen. Sure, let's see what happens. Hot nights and echoey cathedrals. Naples is hotter, louder, livelier, tastier, sandier, windier, foreigner than London. After a day, your crew adore the place. After a week, you imagine they'll loathe it. Okay. Alright, I think I've been up here long enough. Let's return. The bloody... Alright. Return below. Alright. Well, I burned up most of my fuel, unfortunately. Did I get anything out of it? Not really. Burned up most of my fortune and two crew. Well, I did get a new story. I have a box I need to take to London. But first, let's buy some more fuel and then head to the Iron Republic. So I went to the Iron Republic once. I think it was during that time when I was grinding stuff out. And I desperately needed... let's see, what exactly... Let me try and remember exactly what happened. Oh yeah, it was... I was bringing the... I was still going to the Salt Lions. I was bringing the Salt Lions back. The last load of the Salt Lions, I needed 75 veils in order to progress the quest. And I was 2 secrets short. So I went around and did some exploring. in order to get fragments for those 2 secrets. And during that time, I discovered the Iron Republic. I went there, I compiled the port report, I lost a couple of hearts, I went to the shops, I lost a couple more hearts, and I haven't been back since. Alright, fine. You want to fight? I'll give you a fight. Did he miss twice? I think he missed twice. It's a page from a journal. Until the 6th candle was extinguished, now we all watched the flame as it stood up, as it were on tiptoe, taller and bluer each heartbeat. Its light grew brighter in the moments before it failed, so that I saw the faces of all my companions drawn in white, as if we were already dead. Then the candle flame drew itself up like a dancer and was extinguished. Dark fell upon us all like a wave, and I heard the hatchlings uncoil. Okay. That's new. Okay. Seek a tittering artificers. Oh yeah, I can do this. With 12 devil bone dice and 7 stigran ivory. I kind of forgot about this. This is a forward weapon with unusual characteristics. Okay. I know people here, the cannoneer confides, from the old days. Perhaps we shouldn't talk about the old days. Alright, well I have all of that. Let's try it. An awakening. The cannoneer and the artificer place the judgment's egg on the seal and apply their instruments. The light in the artificer's chamber grows dim. This, then, is what it sounds like when a soul screams. When they're done, the egg lies in shards and the seal looks a little different, but there's a watchfulness about it. The artificer shakes the cannoneer's hand. "I've missed working with you," she says. "I've missed it so much." The cannoneer grins, that grin. "Nearly done! We can mount the egg on the bridge if you'd like, but we'll need a housing if we want to use it further. It'll have to be heart metal. I knew a man long ago, but I hear he went to Station 3. Swam there, the story says. If you can get us the run of Station 3, I can get you in there. No, I don't know where Station 3 is. It's a secret. Take the seal to the heart metalsmith at Station 3. Okay, I wonder if I have to... wonder if I need to bring him another box in order to get in there. I don't think so, but... well, we can go see. Station 3 is not very far away. So I have something, right? Awaken Seal of the Red Science. So right now it's mirrors plus 3, iron plus 3. But I might be able to improve it further. Sure, let's make the quick trip across to the Fathom King's Hold. It's pretty close by. It's kind of on the way. We have the supplies for it. You never know what we might pick up. Oh, and we can fight the Lorn Fluke. Which should be interesting. to say the least. Alright. Should be down here somewhere. There it is. $600 hit points, huh? Apparently the way to fight these tough monsters is to use a lot of hit and run attacks. So what we're going to do is hit it, and then we're going to run into port and see if it's still damaged. 2 damage. That's kind of its attack. See if it's still damaged when we come out. We might be able to sneak up on it again. Okay, might as well do that. And that. Oh yeah, I kind of forget what this one does. Oh yeah, it says story in 30 fragments. Okay. Oh, we still took damage. But not that much. And it's still damaged. Ooh, gotta turn my light off. Like disabled my weapons there. It's kind of weird, but it's almost dead. Alright. Not sure what happened there. I couldn't fire on it for a bit. Dangerous, but what an opportunity. I failed, but I still have a colossal flute core. The disquencing body is full of incomprehensible organs and that collapse at your touch. You understand nothing, and very quickly there is very little left of it. But at its center you find a vast lump of resin, or congealed gall, the size of a barrel, flawed with darkness. In the false starlight it is a deep violet purple. Irigo, your doctor whispers, the color of forgetfulness. That's one of the colors I need. Might have to kill another one of these things. It actually did not do that much damage to me. Alright, well actually I already went to Lorcansport, so I don't need to go back there. What? For now it's 1,000 echoes. If I need another one of those blocks, I can get one at Irem. I believe it costs me secrets to do so. But I am very curious about this thing that I'm building. Might as well stop and pick up some stories. Memory of Distant Shores and a Z story and a port report. Alright, Station 3, yeah, should be right up here. It's hard to tell. So when my light turns green, I can probably turn this off a little bit. Now it's orange. Alright. I guess I need another long box. Take the seal to the Heart Metalsmith. Yeah. Maybe I'll pick up a couple. Okay. So I think I'm actually just gonna head back to Fallen London and end this episode. It's a little bit shorter than my voyages have been recently, but I'm content with it. Kind of the pressure's off. I have enough spare echoes that I don't need to make money every trip. And assuming that we make it through customs, we can find out a little bit more about this. Oh, I can kill you. We can find out a little bit more about this new storyline of The Revolution. Parabola Linen. It's interesting that all of these fantasy things they just kind of disintegrate on the surface in the sunlight. Might as well grab a port report here and then go kill that boat. Fisherman and explore the shore. Sure, fragments. One fuel. Oh well. Not exactly a treasure trove, but I'll take it. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a better, more efficient way to use the light. When I turn it off here, I'm still not gaining any terror. Now I'm gaining terror again, but slowly. Now I'm gaining it quickly. So I should turn the light back on. Now I'm not gaining it, so I can turn the light off. Now I'm gaining it slowly. Now I'm losing it. It's weird. I don't really certainly don't completely understand it. But it looks like, at least some of the time, I can turn the light off and still lose terror. Alright, collect messages from the harbor master. A burning-eyed student waits at the abandoned lime kilns by the Watchmaker's Hill. Okay. Oh, wonderful. She hisses with delight as she examines what you brought. Yes, yes, this brings the day much closer. Here, we won't insult you with payment, but we've brought supplies to defray your costs. And these souls, they are our gratitude. They were donated freely. Do what we will with them. Okay. 10 fuel, 5 supplies. 1 favors the Calendar Council. The end of rule of law. 1 supremacy, the anarchists. Lo, thy dread empire, chaos is restored. Light dies before thy uncreating word. Sounds ominous. Right. I can sell the creative human souls for 63 if I want to. I'll consider it. Alright, well, I think that's where I'm going to end this episode. Next time, perhaps we'll sail back out to the Empire of Hands and drop off the Adventurer, go to Irem, pick up a couple more long boxes, and maybe a Judgment's Egg? Probably not. They're just too expensive. And then head back again. So, maybe go to the Chapel of Lights and collect the strategic information. So, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. And either way, I hope you have a terrific day.